My name's Adam, and welcome back to AI Simplified. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's already shaping your everyday life: artificial intelligence. In this video, we're going to break down how AI is already a part of your routine, the benefits it brings, and the challenges it presents. Let's get started. AI is deeply embedded in smartphones, making them more intuitive and responsive. Some of the most common AI-driven features include voice assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, and Alexa. Right? The AI-powered voice assistants use natural language processing, or NLP for short, to understand and respond to commands. They help with setting reminders, sending messages, answering questions, and even controlling smart home devices. Over time, these assistants learn your habits and tailor responses to your preferences. Predictive text and autocorrect. Right? AI is able to analyze how you type and suggest the next word before you even finish your sentence. It learns your style, commonly used phrases, and even slang. The goal? Speed up typing and reduce errors. And also, facial recognition. Right? It uses computer vision to identify your face and unlock your device. Analyzes thousands of data points on your face to ensure security. And now it also continually improves by learning slight changes in your appearance over time, right? Whether you get those wrinkles, those crow's feet on your eyes, or just as we age, our faces naturally change. So the AI is able to learn and adapt to that over time. Have you ever noticed how your phone starts predicting your messages accurately, or it even recognizes your face in dim light? Right? That's the AI learning and adapting to make your experience seem seamless. What you see on social media is also chosen by AI, right? It curates what you see on social media and entertainment platforms by analyzing your preferences. How does it do this? Right? So on social media feeds like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, or X, right? AI decides which posts, ads, and videos you see based on what you've engaged with, right? So what you like, what you share, all of that is a way for you to be able to curate your experience on social media, that you will be pushed through the algorithm, right? When everybody talks about the algorithm with social media, a lot of it is that AI programming. Right? That they'll send you posts or send you content based on what they think you like, or they'll push that into your explore page on Instagram or your For You page on something like TikTok, that you're able to see that more and more, right? It studies your interactions, likes, comments, and even how long you pause for a post, right? Social media platforms fine-tune your feed to keep you engaged for longer. Why do they do this? Because it makes them more money. Right? The longer you're on somebody's social media post, regardless of what it's for, a lot of it is ads and whatnot, right? Like everybody's pushing some kind of product. But the longer that you're there for, it's the one resource that these advertising agencies can't necessarily buy without the introduction of social media. And it's your time, right? It's your time during the day. Like they'll put a billboard up, you drive past it on your way to work. They'll put a commercial up, you'll only see it if you're watching TV, but everybody is on social media. So as you scroll through your social media page and you see these, they are essentially buying your mind share for their product, right? AI-powered filters and editing is another part. Right, with Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, they all use AI to enhance photos and apply filters in real time. That's the coolest part about it, is that they are able to analyze your face and apply that filter. I don't know if anybody remembers years ago when there was that dog with the tongue filter on Snapchat, or making you look like a cat, or making you look like an old man, or putting a beard on you. All of that's AI, right? All of that is able to scan your face and then apply that filter in real time based on the shape of your face and the camera's ability to track your motion, right? That, again, the face tracking algorithms, right? They recognize the features to create effects like that augmented reality mask, right? It even auto enhances images by adjusting brightness, contrast, and colors. And then obviously recommendations on Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, all of that's AI, right? It just studies what you watch or listen to and predicts what you might like next. Sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's not, but as time goes on, it's going to be able to curate much better experiences for the end user, right? It factors in genre preferences, watch time, and patterns of similar users, right? It's why Netflix knows exactly which show to suggest after you finish binge watching your favorites, right? If you've ever fallen into that YouTube rabbit hole, right, or found that perfect playlist on Spotify, that's AI keeping you entertained by learning your preferences. AI gets you where you need to go, right? AI is revolutionizing travel by making navigation, ride sharing, and even driving more efficient. How does it do this? Well, for starters, Google Maps and Waze, they process real-time traffic data and road conditions, right? It analyzes past patterns to predict the fastest route and can reroute you instantly if an accident or heavy travel is detected. I don't know if you've ever been out on the road and you get those prompts on your phone, right? Because we all operate hands-free, but you get that prompt on your phone that says new route calculated based on XYZ. That's AI working in real time to recalculate your route for you to be able to go in and find a faster route. I mean, this has been around far before maps and Waze and all that kind of stuff. Even back in the days of Garmin, to a degree, it was there, right? So Uber and Lyft, right? AI matches riders with drivers based on distance, demand, and pricing, right? It uses dynamic pricing models to adjust fares during peak hours, and it even predicts how long it will take for your ride to arrive, right? It's not like they have a GPS tracker in there. It knows generally where that person is because they have to, right? For security purpose. So they know somewhat their exact position, but then it takes all of the information that it has with the real-time traffic data and whatnot and recalculates your route accordingly. I mean, if you order food online, right? I like Uber Eats kind of goes hand in hand. It's the same thing when it's like that it's going to arrive by X time. They build in a buffer, but it's usually pretty accurate. Right? And then, of course, self-driving cars, right? Companies like Tesla, they use AI-powered computer vision to detect obstacles, pedestrians, and road signs, right? These systems learn from millions of miles of data to improve the safety, right? The goal? Ultimately, a future with fewer accidents and fully autonomous vehicles. It worries a lot of people now, right? Because the technology is not new, but it's not as commonplace as previous technology has been. But ultimately, as time goes on and we become more comfortable with it, this will just become the new norm, right? Like I said, Google Maps knows about the traffic jams before you do. That's AI, right? Analyzing vast amounts of data in real time. All of these do that kind of thing. Your home powered by AI, right? AI is making homes more efficient, automated, and secure. Again, how do they do this, right? Well, let's start with the smart assistants. You have Amazon Echo, you have Google Nest, you have Apple HomePod, you have all of these different things to be able to connect all of the devices in your phone, right? Powered voice assistants control lights, appliances, and music, right? And they learn, they learn your daily routines and suggest improvements based on those daily routines, right? Now we have, of course, your smart thermostats like Nest or Ecobee, right? Learns your temperature preferences, can adjust heating and cooling automatically to save energy when it knows that people have gone to sleep and the heat is okay to be turned down a little bit, or when people are up and at them and you need the AC on, right? It automatically adjusts that kind of stuff through your habits. And then, of course, arguably the most important, AI-powered security, right? Through things like Ring, Arlo, smart locks, right? It uses motion detection and facial recognition to alert you to visitors, right? AI can distinguish between humans, animals, and moving objects, right? Again, through that kind of recognition and whatnot, that if a squirrel runs past the camera versus a person, you might not get a notification because it's not a potential security risk. But if you have a person in your backyard, you're able to see in real time and receive those push notifications for that. That's AI recognizing that and being able to send that to you, right? And imagine waking up and your house automatically adjusts the temperature, starts your coffee, and plays your favorite music, right? That's the reality that we live in. That's AI making your life easier. AI is keeping you healthy. How does it do this, right? First of all, through the wearables. Apple Watch, Fitbit, Whoop, Samsung smartwatch. All of these, I know you out there that you count your steps, right? You count your steps, you track your heart rate, you do all of those kind of things. And whether you do or you don't, your watch is already doing it for you, right? Tracks your sleep patterns, your physical activity, right? And it also alerts you to potential health risks in real time. When it's tracking your heart rate, if you're working out and really pushing for those last reps, your watch is going to send you a notification and be like, hey man, might be time to relax a little, or hey, your heart rate's climbing a little bit higher than usual. Are you working out? If so, be careful, that kind of thing, right? And then we go directly into AI in medicine, right? AI analyzes medical scans and helps doctors diagnose diseases faster, right? It's used in drug discovery, robotic surgeries, and personalized treatments, right? Whether they tell you that they're using it or not. Again, it's another point that's important to bring up, and it's why I started this channel ultimately, is that this is happening. Whether you want it to be happening or not, it is happening. It is your reality. So we don't just get to exist in ignorance to our own reality. We have to take this for what it is and adjust accordingly. And ultimately, I feel it is going to make things better, but we'll get to that in a couple minutes here. And then through mental health, right? In the medicine, the healthcare, the well-being side of things, right? AI-powered chatbots offer therapy and emotional support. So I don't know if you've ever messaged any of those online services. I'm not going to mention any by name, but if you've ever messaged one of those that it's like, hey, I'm having a really rough day, and they chat with you through these kind of things. Sometimes it's real people, but other times it is an AI chatbot that, again, learns those behaviors, learns how to talk to people accordingly, right? Apps like Wobot or Wysa, right? Relatively unknown, but they use AI to help users manage anxiety and depression, right? It's literally saving lives through healthcare, through apps, through the wearables, through all of that, right? And it's an improvement for the future. Now, important part, what are the risks, right? So first and foremost, privacy and data security, right? AI collects huge amounts of personal data. Who owns the data? Are we sacrificing privacy for convenience, right? It's an important question to ask before you sign up for these apps, before you give AI too much access to your world, right? A lot of these new programs, these trailblazing programs, you really need to be weary before just jumping on board blindly into this, right? Known programs like Gemini from Google, right? ChatGPT is another one. Some of the social media planning apps, some of the lifestyle apps and whatnot that have been around for a very long time. Google Maps, right, is another one that these potential Fortune 500 companies are backing. Usually that's a trustworthy one to kind of dip your feet into and figure that out. As time goes on, you'll want to jump into these other apps, and that's okay. You can do that. I'll never tell you to not do that, but just do be weary, of course, right? We talk about the impact on jobs. With AI automating repetitive tasks, it does eliminate some jobs, right? Amazon is a great example of that. When it comes to packing and shipping and whatnot, a lot of that is automated, but it's the world that we've created, right? Like if we're going to shop that way, if we're going to, as a collective force, as the human race, engage in that kind of activity, there's no choice for these companies other than to automate to a degree to be able to keep up with the demand, right? But it also does create new opportunities, right? In AI development, robotics, and automation. Like if you get into this kind of stuff and learn about this kind of stuff early on, you're trend setting, you're trailblazing, you're at the front of the pack, essentially. The people that want to disregard it or push it to the wayside as not a valuable tool will be ultimately left behind, right? And then ethics and bias obviously comes into play, right? It can only be as unbiased as the data that it's trained on, right? So can AI rather make fair and ethical decisions? For the most part, in my experience, I feel like it has, right? But it's about the people that are programming it. It's about the company that's programming it. It's why I say that if you're going to start into that world, if you're going to dip your feet, you want to start with these big companies, but you can't start and stop at the big companies. You need to be able to trust the independents at some point, or it'll be like the news, right? That you're just fed whatever they want to feed you, and that's all you get, right? Education is a tool, and you should choose to educate yourself about AI. In closing, I always like to take this time to open up a forum for discussion, open up a chat, a call to action, I suppose, for anybody watching. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. I'm happy to start a discussion that way. If somebody you know in your family, friend, anything like that is wanting to kind of dabble into AI, feel free to send them this video. Maybe it'll help, right? Maybe this will make it a little bit more palatable for you to be able to explain to your parents or grandparents or friends of a friend who's not really into technology a little bit more about AI. Use some real life examples for a certain sense of comfort. But ultimately, it's here to stay, right? AI is here to stay. It's already a part of our everyday lives. What we choose to do with that and how we choose to evolve as a species surrounding AI is just that, right? It's our choice that we can either adapt or we can be left behind, right? Yeah. If you liked the video, give it a like, share it with a friend. If you didn't like the video, let me know in the comments that you didn't like it and how I can improve, right? Still relatively new, but ultimately, guys, thank you so much for checking it out. I look forward to next time where we could talk about AI in a little bit more depth. Okay. See ya.